Okay, this is the closing. Oh my God, this is where people, when you're new, you just go crazy. Sometimes I did. I didn't want to tell them the prices. I thought, oh my God, they'll never pay that much for anything. You know, I was wrong, but I was very hesitant when I told them the prices. I'm almost apologetic, and what I have learned is, first of all, they wonder if it's worth it if you do that, but they do think it's worth it. People love this stuff, and that's why we're so successful. And we wouldn't be, and we wouldn't have the reorders if people didn't believe the value is there. So be proud of your prices. If you feel a little nervous or a lot nervous about your prices, go online. Check prices for things and see what the cost is for getting good skincare products. You know that our basic skincare, when it was $18, was less than half the price of a good night cream in the department store. Show some value here with that. Our Ultimate Miracle set or not our Ultimate, but our Miracle set for 110 is less than a lot of the night creams, a lot of the Voluform creams, a lot of the good products are over $100 for one item. Get that in your head. You are not selling or trying to sell somebody something that is overpriced. You know, one of my customers brought out a pressed powder, and she said, do you have one, you know, that's close to this color? And I said, yeah, sure, I do. And how much was it? Well, I can't remember, you know, 12, 15 bucks. She goes, you're kidding. I paid over $100 for this. This is what's happening. And there's people you know who would never imagine are doing that. So your prices are great. Be proud of them. That's number one. Go into the closing, just like I did on that video, but we never say dollars. That cost of that first one is $265. We don't take $265. Somehow that gives a negative vibration. So the cost of the set is $265, and go on to the next set. Just be confident. Be confident. You know what people are spending to go get a facial that leaves them feeling exactly like this? They get no product, just the facial, over 200 bucks. Look at what you got here. So you go through all the prices and say, you know, tell them what they are. One thing I know, when I was newer, my confidence level went up as I went along. And so, but before that, I like to have, you know, a really nice, inexpensive set for them to get, because I just felt, I needed to have that. And so with this closing sheet that I have has down to the Miracle set. We have a basic skincare set. I had no idea of that till Amy did her video, because I've never sold it that way. But, and I don't think many people have, but a cleanser and a moisturizer. And that's the basic set, and that's $56. So I'm going to have options for you on your closing sheet. If you want to have a stop at 110 for the Miracle set, or if you want to go down one more level to the 56, it's up to you, whatever you want to use. And basically that all goes back to our belief and confidence level in the product, and work your way up. If you aren't that confident, no problem. Work your way up. And so I'm doing that for you, not for the customer. And because she'll buy it anyway. Generally, what they do is they're going to choose between the middle two sets. The first set is the brain expander, like, oh my gosh, wow, that's a lot. So I expanded their brain way out. Some people are going to go, oh, are you kidding? That's a cheap price. But I want the top price to be big. Then I go down in price based on the sets, and then I come to the lowest. Most people will buy in the middle two sets. And so that's why and by the way, you guys, you only talk in a set. Don't say the cleansing cream is this, the night cream is this. Don't do that. These are sets. We want them to have an entire skincare set to get the results of this. It's a good cleansing cream, but what the heck? It's not going to do the job it's supposed to do if you don't have the rest of the products. So you never want to talk individual price on any item. Talk in sets. If they need to know individual prices, or they want to know if they can just get this or that, sure, answer that question, but don't introduce the thought to them. They are not going to get the results if they aren't using the entire skincare set. So I wanted to know where I was going with that. I can hardly remember. So the closing. Okay, then you go through the closing. Now, when you get done telling the prices and what comes in with the sets, it can be like awkward space there. So you just say, Jane, or whatever her name is there which one of those sets are you most interested in? And be quiet. Don't say a word. Let her be the next one that talks. She's going with this conversation going on in her brain, and you don't want to interrupt it, okay? Which of these sets are you most interested in? That's it. That's all you have to say. And if she says, well, I'm really happy with the skincare set that I have right now, so I don't think I really need anything. Your response is, no problem. I'm just so glad I was able to spend the time with you today. Did you get a chance to look through that lookbook? Is there, any little basic thing you need, mascara, whatever? And sometimes they'll get something there, but you're going to get zeros, you guys. You're going to get zeros. No big deal. If you haven't had you're not a professional here until you've had a zero. We always laugh about that because even as directors, we go out and do shows with 5 people and sometimes have a 0 show. And you go, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. Okay, then when she says what set she's most interested in, then I didn't do this on the video. I'm disgusted with myself. Just assume, okay, that's what they're buying. If that's not what they're buying, they're going to tell you. So let's say she says, yeah, I want that complete set. And I said, perfect. Okay, and so you can go get me your credit card a little bit later, but next we need to take care of the 5 referrals, and then then we need to take care of the $30 new consultant. And when that goes away, we'll be talking about the $100 showcase with $400 worth of product in it. So it's going to be fine. So that is the closing. And if she says, I don't want something, that's okay. You may have, like I did, I used to have people say to me, well, this is really great, but I just don't have the time to use it. I go to work, I've got kids, I got this, I got that. Well, you know what? I forgot an important part, and that was to tell them the amount of time it takes to use it. And so when that happens, I know I didn't do that. And so if you're having things happen pretty regularly, look back at your show. I believe you need to overcome all the objections while you're teaching the class. And if you're getting the same objection a lot of times, overcome it in the class. Put it in there. When you're done teaching, that's it. They're in charge. You are not selling anything at that point. You are finding out what they want and what they need. You're done selling. That ended when the facial was over. So never argue with them. Never try to talk them into buying anything. You can handle it by getting all those objections taken care of during your presentation. So that's the closing. And it's pretty simple if you don't overthink it and, just do the simple stuff. You are going to love this. You're going to do one virtual facial and you're going to be so confident you aren't going to believe how easy this is. Anyway, that's it. And I'll do training way later on what you do with those customers and all the other things that come after that.